Hi guys. I just wanted to do a very brief weekly um, projection because a few of us weren't able to join yesterday. So I just want to try and record this, and then you guys can look at it in your own time. So what I said yesterday evening was I didn't like the fact that in the last few hours of um, Friday's trading, we ended up trading back up into this range and quite aggressively as well. So my concern was that because of this sort of like false support that it created, it pushed up and then manipulated down, which is fine, and then pushed back up very quickly. And that can be a sign of sort of potential shift in market structure. So it's something we were looking for. So the first point of reference would be this high over here. All right. So just to put it in perspective, if we are still bearish, then price could sort of attack this area here and then still sell off later. So we could have a few days of just poking into this area. If we are bullish, now just bear in mind this is a very like short-term shift in structure. If we do go bullish this week, it's nothing major, so it's not a bottom. I don't believe yet. So anyway, the first point of reference would be this high. So once it breaks that structure, then ultimately we could have a shift. And then the next area that I want to watch is this area over here. So does price come into this area and then bounce off again? If that happens, I'm looking for something pretty much like this, then a break in structure, and then back down over here. And basically, I'm looking for an order block in this area. And then I'd be quite happy to take a trade off this area. And my target would be this area over here. So if we look on an H2, it's a little bit clearer. You see these candles coming down like this. This is something we didn't actually touch on last night. Well, this is known as the liquidity void. You see how we only offered sell side here. It was just selling in this area, no buying whatsoever. So it's actually an inefficient price area, right? Or price range. So what the market would like to do is basically trade efficiently and fill this area up. So that is a nice confluence as well for us to take a trade, because if we do get shifts in structure here, then this is quite an easy run. You might see might not be as quick as this, but it can either that or it can just kind of trickle up very, very slowly, but without giving anyone any chance to kind of get in. So our first target, if that is the case, would be this area over here, which is the H4 order block. Over here, it could either be the base of it, so the open price, or the absolute low of it. We also do have a fair value gap in here, so that's something to be mindful of. So that can be a target. It is something to watch for, and we need to be mindful of the day of the week. So depending on which day of the week we get up into this area, if it's like early on Wednesday, then possibly we will take the previous week's high. And this is still a range that I'm considering. It's the range that we spoke about last week, except now obviously the low has been moved down here. So I'm still looking at this range, and I have OTE marked out here, which is basically a premium um, price area. Here's equilibrium, so anything above that would be a premium of which to sell. Like I said, we are still bearish. No major shifts in structure on the daily time frame, and I think we'll still be bearish for the rest of this month, and also, possibly a bit of June. I would say I'm looking for major shifts in structure towards the end of June or July, beginning of July, for a sort of a small bullish move. But anyway, let's not get ahead of ourselves. So that's what I'm looking for. Reason why I also depict this range over here is because if we break this high, then this range is no longer valid, you see. So as it stands, there's a range over here. And I just wanted to point something out. So I forgot to do. In US 30, you can see we've broken this high over here. So we have had a shift in structure. And for S&P 500, we've done the same. However, with NAS, we haven't. So this is giving us a signal that smart money, although I don't think it's completely going to hold true, but we need to sort of mark these areas and track price. This does indicate that price is a little bit weak, and we did see a sell-off in London this morning. So I don't think this will hold, but that's why we're giving today, just to see what happens, which areas it comes off, what it does, etc. So yeah, I think this was just to push price down into a discount. However, if we do mark this range over here, we still haven't come into even equilibrium. So yeah, so we'll just watch to see how price develops. If we do get more signatures of weakness in price in this area, then we could base a trade off that, provided we get some breaks in structure, etc. So at the moment, it's still up in the air, but I do feel that we could target this area, especially even if not this area, then definitely to the order block. To the order block. So this liquidity void just looks too inviting. Another thing to consider as well is that this is Thursday's high and Thursday's low. Friday took that previous day high, previous day low. So that is a good indication. I've made a mark here. Good indication that we can have a reversal, or there's a reversal pending. Let's put it that way. So, and I don't think that that's like a major reversal. I think it's just a small shift in structure, just to probably target this area, and come into a further discount on this bigger range. So we'll have to see how everything develops, how price unfolds. But hopefully we'll get 2 good trades, possibly a long and then a short. That'd be quite nice. And have a good week. Thanks, guys.